the Broncos announcing today that Russell Wilson has been benched for Jarrett Stidham. What does this mean for the Broncos? What does this mean for Sean Payton? Well, let's get one thing very clear. Russell Wilson did not get benched because he is a bad quarterback. He did not get benched because he has been playing like a bad quarterback. He did not get benched because he is washed or because he needs to retire. And he certainly did not get benched because he's worse than Jarrett Stidham, who is the guy who's going to replace him. Russell Wilson got benched for one reason and one reason only, because Sean Payton's ego is not big enough for Russell Wilson. Sean Payton, legendary NFL head coach, who won a Super Bowl with the Saints, checks notes 15 years ago, who took Drew Brees, Michael Thomas, Alvin Kamara, a team that was full of superstars, offensive and defensive, and they made the playoffs 4 years in a row and could not make the Super Bowl. Jared Goff Jared Goff made the Super Bowl over them. Nick Foles won the Super Bowl over them. They lost to Case Keenum in the playoffs, but surely it's not anything to blame on Sean Payton. No. Legendary Hall of Fame quarterback, wide receiver in his prime, running backs in their prime, elite defenses every single year, always right up against the cap, great ownership, great draft picks, and every year they whistled out in the playoffs. Every single year in New Orleans. He leaves New Orleans, comes to Denver. Oh, it's a home run move, says the media. His friends in the media. He worked in the media. Great protection when you work in the media. The media will love you. He's friends with all of them. There's no way it could be his fault. Oh, the Broncos losing 70-20. Can't be his fault. The Broncos blowing a 30-point lead over the Washington Commanders. They were up 28-3. They lose that game. Surely it's not Sean Payton's fault. No, it's Russell's fault. Look at the stats. Oh, Russell can't play. He was awful last year. Not this year. This season, Russell Wilson's been good. Look at the numbers. 26 touchdowns, 8 picks. He's got a 3-to-1 touchdown to interception ratio. He's thrown for over 3,000 yards. He's running the ball well. What is he not doing? What's Russell Wilson doing right now that makes you think he can't win you football games? You're in the playoff race. You are in the playoff race. What is Russell Wilson doing to make you think he can't win? He lost to the Patriots. He came all the way back. And who screwed him over in the end? Who called those timeouts at the end of the game? Russ? Oh, wait. The head coach, Sean Payton, gave the Patriots extra time to kick the field goal that won them the game. Russell Wilson came back from a deficit, didn't turn the ball over, threw 2 touchdowns, played his heart out. He's got those guys in the sidelines believing in him. They were 1-5, and they made it to 7-7, and now you're going to bench him? But it's not about the play. Sean Payton looks at Russell Wilson having the best season he's had in 3 years, right? He was hurt in 2021, played poorly with the Seahawks. Last season, played poorly, got hurt. This season, his best year in 3 years. 7th in the league in passer rating. 7th in the league in passer rating and a 3-to-1 touchdown to interception ratio. He's having a Pro Bowl season. And whether or not it's Russell's fault, it's not. But Sean Payton is going to scapegoat Russ and move off him next season. So the reason you bench him, not because he's bad, not because he's worse than Jarrett Stidham, the reason you bench him is because you don't want him to get hurt. If he gets hurt, you have to pay him. If he doesn't get hurt, then you're off the books. And Russell Wilson doesn't have to get that money. You can trade him away. The money's not guaranteed. He's on the open market. Somebody's going to take a chance on him. Somebody will. But it's the idea in the media that talks about that they are in love with Sean Payton. What has Sean Payton done to deserve all this credit? All those Super Bowl wins with the Saints, right? Oh, wait. 15 years ago. I mean, it's the same argument with Mike McCarthy. It's the same argument with Pete Carroll. Nobody's saying they're bad coaches. Nobody's saying they're not great coaches. Nobody's saying they're not Hall of Fame coaches. All three of them build a great culture. Of course they're going to build a great culture. They've been around forever. But Sean Payton hasn't won a Super Bowl in 15 years. Mike McCarthy hasn't won it in 13 years. Pete Carroll hasn't won it in 10 years. And you start to wonder, maybe you need a little innovation, right? Look at John Harbaugh with the Ravens. Shaped his offense around his star quarterback. John Harbaugh was going to get fired. He was making the playoffs consistently with Joe Flacco, but they weren't getting anywhere. He was going to get fired. All of a sudden, here comes Lamar Jackson. John Harbaugh shaped his entire offense around Lamar Jackson. Look at him now. Look at the Chiefs. Andy Reid. You think he was out there running Alex Smith's playbook with Patrick Mahomes? No. He saw the talent in Mahomes, and he shaped his offense around him. Sean Payton won't shape his offense around his star quarterback. Sean Payton only wants to do it his way. His way hasn't been working. Look at the numbers. Look at the games. Look at the playoff results. Sean Payton's ways haven't been working out very well for him. If you can't do it with Drew Brees, and you can't even make the playoffs with Russ, who's going to be a Hall of Famer when it's all said and done, who can you win with? Who can you make the playoffs with? Who can you win the Super Bowl with? Seattle fans are talking about Russell right now, saying, shouldn't have requested a trade, Russ. Grass ain't always greener. You can say the same thing today about Sean Payton. Grass is not always greener. You got to move off a Pro Bowl quarterback, a future Hall of Fame quarterback, who's having another really good season, a top 10 season as a quarterback. You're going to move off this guy who's had 9 out of 13 of his seasons, 9 out of 12 of his seasons have been good. He's had 3 bad ones and 9 good ones. You're going to move off of him? And it's not like this is a talented roster. The O-line's not good. The receivers aren't good. Running game's not good. Who's good on this roster? The defense? The defense that gave up 70 points to the Dolphins? Come on, who are we kidding? It's not Russell's fault, but he's the scapegoat because Sean Payton gets what he wants. And when he wants a new quarterback, he's going to get his new quarterback, whether or not he deserves it. Well, seriously, tell me. Comment down below. Who's he going to get? Who's he going to get that's going to be better than Russ? A rookie? You think a rookie's going to be able to put up with him? He's yelling at Russell on the sidelines, chewing him out in front of the national television. You think that's going to fly with a rookie? If you think Sean Payton wants to draft a new quarterback, maybe maybe he really has his eye on Jaden Daniels. Maybe he really has his eye on Michael Penix. You think that's going to work? If it didn't work with Russ, a seasoned vet couldn't even put up with him. You think it's going to work with a rookie? I don't think so. Who's he? Oh, he's going to trade for a quarterback. Justin Fields. Who's on the trade market? Kyler's not. The Cardinals don't want to trade him. Justin Fields? You're going to trade for Justin Fields. Sorry, don't think so. Well, they're the free agency. Who's a free agent this year? Kirk Cousins? Kirk Cousins is the same player trajectory as Russ. He's not going to sign Kirk Cousins. He's not going to trade for Justin Fields. He's probably going to draft somebody. And I don't think it's going to work. I don't think it's going to work. Because if it couldn't work with Russ, I don't see how this is working with anybody else. Bad roster. Run game, Javonte Williams, if you've seen him, he misses half the games. P. Ryan, solid backup. They don't have a star running back. They don't have a star receiver half the time. Sutton, injury prone. Jerry Jeudy, he's good, but he never took the next step. Who's their tight end? I couldn't even tell you. Adam Troutman? I mean, come on, this is not an offensive roster that started with stars. Their O-line's not good. Russell's been sacked 45 times this year. Well, it's Russell's fault. He holds on to the ball too long. Maybe. But he also is under pressure 50% of the plays. This is an offense that needs a lot of work, and you're shedding out the best player on that offense because he can't handle your ego, and you can't handle having another star in the building. Sean Payton doesn't want to admit the truth. The truth is he came to Denver, laughed at the old head coach, said it was the worst coaching job of all time, and then lost to that head coach. It doesn't get any worse than that. I think Sean Payton's over. I mean, he's gonna have a few more years in Denver, but I don't think he's ever making it back to the Super Bowl. And I'd be surprised if he gets another playoff win in his career. I think it's over for him. Gotta be innovative. And when you have a star quarterback, that's who your offense has to be shaped around, not the other way around. I think Aaron Rodgers wants to play the coach's way. No, he likes his coach, Hackett, because Hackett lets him play his way. Andy Reid and Mahomes, Lamar Jackson and John Harbaugh. Shape your offense around what the quarterback does best. Sean Payton says, I don't want to shape my offense around Russ. I want to get a rookie who can do things my way. When has my way ever worked out for you? You can't just win with a head coach. Quarterback's the most important position on the field. The Broncos making a mistake here. And they're going to regret it. They're going to regret it in 4 years. Because Russ is going to go somewhere else and play well. Watch. And Denver is going to struggle. Denver hadn't beat the Chiefs in 8 years. They did it with Russ. They might take 8 more years till they beat him again. That's all I'm going to say. I don't see this working out with a rookie quarterback. I really don't. But that's my take. This is Coast to Coast Sports. If you like the video, obviously you should subscribe to the channel. If you hate the video, if you think I'm just totally crazy, maybe I am. I don't think so. But if you do, argue with me down in the comments. Love to have these types of discussions with all of you guys. And we will see you all in the next one. Thanks for watching. See ya later.